views and opinions expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect Code 4 management, its sponsors, or its goat farm. This show is hosted by two security guards, and nothing should be taken seriously.
3170 Papa,
Uncensored, raw, and personal. It's time for Security Code 4 with Victor Rivera and Powerman MC.
Okay, we're live. Welcome once again to Security Code 4. As always, I'm Victor Rivera, and sitting right next to me is the awesome Powerman MC.
Yes, sir. Code 4.
Code 4. How you doing today?
I'm good, Vic. I'm good. The sun is out. The air is cleaned up. We had a lot of wind.
Yeah, it's nice to do this in the morning. Last time we were here, I think it was 10 o'clock at night or something like that.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah.
I saw the picture. I looked puffy. I don't know if I want that one to get out to the public.
I
had a few bruises.
I'll keep it to myself.
Yeah, I was like, man, I look like that.
Well, I cleaned it up really well, man.
Yeah.
You were looking really good.
Well, you know,
I was like what I did, man? I put that little cloud of smoke around you.
It was real. Looked like I had something.
Yeah, well, it looked great, man.
You know, it was a good show. I think we dropped a lot of knowledge on our listeners. And,
absolutely.
Learned a lot about each other too, because this is a new show.
Yeah. This is our third episode, and I guess today we're gonna once again talk about security as always.
Yeah.
So I know you had a couple things you wanted to touch base on, so you go ahead.
Yeah, a little bit more on the security training. We kind of dabbled with it a little bit a few days ago, but it's something I think anybody getting into security needs to take serious. If you really want to call this your profession, being a security guard and or security officer, you need to really take that serious. And then the difference between a security guard and a security officer is the training.
Yes. That's
the difference. A security guard would more likely be somebody that passed the powers to arrest test and got out there and, you know, they kind of have teeth missing and they don't comb their hair. Their breath stink.
I guess
they're wobbling down the street.
What
but they got
Power's
a uniform
trying to
on.
say is pretty much, you know, once you become a guard, you have to take it seriously.
Yeah.
You know, when I did the training, now all guards are called officer. They're called safety officers now.
Right.
So you're automatically known as safety officers right off the bat. Mm-hmm. But you know you're really just a guard. But still, that's the new title. That's
safety officer.
Safety officer.
That's respectable.
Yeah.
That's like calling you call a custodian. Custodian sounds a lot better than that's the guy that's
janitor.
The janitor that's cleaning up. Custodian gives it more.
Well, I think it's like a custodial engineer or something like that, right? So that. Oh, you know what? You're right, because where I'm at, the custodians there are called the engineers. Yeah. So there's
EVS, environmental service.
Yeah, but there's
department.
You know, there's some chip paint right there. We need to change those light bulbs. Okay, I'll call engineering.
Right.
I just realized right now.
Yeah.
Those are custodians. I just like right this second, I just realized that.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea.
Environmental service worker.
Wow. There you go.
Safety officer.
Yes.
Now, I see you know this, but the safety officer needs to be respected. The security guard needs to be respected. I'm still upset about when a lot of people don't respect the guard. That's the person you're going to call when all hell breaks loose.
That's why I'm saying you have to just, like I said, like I was saying last week, kill them with kindness. Just take it and be done with it. I refuse to let them ruin my day. What did you say?
Right.
I'm not going to let you ruin.
Yeah.
I forgot, man.
It was something in that area.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let them take away my happiness, my shine.
There you go. You're not gonna take away my sunshine.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. You come in here with an ugly face and a bad attitude, and most people with a bad attitude breath stink too. Did you notice that? People brush your teeth bfor you say hi out loud. I got to get that in.
How close do you get to these
people?
The
security desk, a lot of these people, they come in your face and they quick to. A lot of people don't want to speak to a officer because usually it's the only time you talk to them is when it's a problem. But once you go ahead and greet them in a formal way, you'll notice that most level-headed security people are just regular people.
Right.
Like your boy Aaron was saying, just regular talk, regular people. And once you get past the fact that, okay, I got this badge on, but I'm not just some ignorant person ready to arrest you, everybody's cool.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and that's the kind of guys you want to be working, especially if they're dealing with a lot of public, not somebody off in a shack where it's locked down and there's no people, but you're security presence on a mall or something, you can't be in there mad dogging people. Look like you pit ball off the leash. Who can I arrest? Who can I jump? Smash, kill, Hulk smash. You know, you can't.
You ever work in a mall?
Can't be. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of eye candy in the mall.
Oh yeah.
You gotta really be focused on your job. Mall Cop. What was it? Was it Mall Cop?
Oh yeah, Paul Blart Mall Cop. Right.
Love that movie, man.
No, did you see?
I know people act just like that.
Observant
Report. Yeah,
that was hilarious.
Yeah, I gotta do a movie like that.
What?
Come on, Vic, you a master at those kind of movies.
Oh yeah. I'll come up with something.
I'm a movie producer, but you got all the ideas.
Yeah, I'll come up with a security movie.
Vic Rivera is for president. That's all I gotta say about that, man. You talking about?
Oh my God, you're the best thing for my ego. Is just talking to Power Man. I'm telling you, feels great.
I'm telling you, he's a president. We need a security movie where. In fact, we're gonna talk about that probably off the air. Cause I don't want to get that idea where some other producer go out there and do it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I really make movies. I really rap. I really do this. So I don't want to. You don't want to put too much out there. But you got the ideas and the knowledge, and the fact that you're a security guard and you see it every day.
Yeah. You know. So okay, let's get back to being a mall cop.
All right.
What like when you did it? Did you ever? What was it? Just mostly loss prevention or dealing with unruly customers?
I did both.
Yeah.
The loss prevention was fun, but they expect so much out of you at some of these Macy's and
you ever do it on Black Friday?
Sears, and I done undercover several places.
But on Black
Friday? No, I was a uniform, but I had to deal with the loss prevention on Black Friday. Nightmare.
Oh, I heard.
Security nightmare, bro.
I heard the guards are terrified of Black Friday.
It is. Because
there's literally
you're outnumbered.
You want to talk about a soft target? Black Friday. That is scary. You know, just something because there's so many people.
Oh yeah,
there's so many spots.
It's a nightmare, man.
And they're there like at 5 o'clock in the morning. They're not there. Right. Yeah, they're not there like in the middle of the day. They're there like 5, 6 in the morning. So
and overtime is endless. That from Black Friday on, in the malls, security is at a high level because you got so many people coming through. And unfortunately, that's also a high level for a terrorist target too.
Yeah,
because they're out here to try to destroy as many lives as possible, or whatever. So you got to be really looking out, not just for the shoplifters and arrogant people that don't have patience and pushing people over. Right. We have it. You literally have stampedes. You got Aaron in the house. I'm going to ask him about that. You ever hear about that, Aaron? The stampedes in the mall. They have those. Black Friday, 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning, the door is open, and you got a $2,000 television that's going to be $200 if you get in there in time. So you had a stampede of people. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's brutal. Yeah.
$200 for a $2,000 TV. What time I got to be there? 4 o'clock.
Oh my God.
90% of people that know about it show up.
Honestly, I do all my shopping for myself on Black Friday. I don't buy gifts for anybody. Just me on Black Friday.
Right.
That's the day to do it. If you want to buy yourself something, just save your money for Black Friday.
That's a security nightmare because you have so much to keep up with.
Oh yeah.
You're looking for everything. And then you got these people that's going to take advantage of people in line. People don't realize it, but as a security precaution, if you're standing in line for Black Friday, you have to know quickly, you have to recognize who's behind you, who's in front of you. Because you got people out there coming selling you stuff off the street. You got pickpocketers out there because they know a lot of people are showing up with cash.
Oh, that's right. They camp out like a night before for Black
Friday. So they're there.
So is there like security there like in the middle of the night?
Yes, all day, 24 hours. Actually, the day before Black Friday is the day. 2 days before Black Friday is actually part of Black Friday too, because the anticipation to get in the store.
So people are like, they camp out.
I know people on Thanksgiving, they haven't even finished carving the turkey. They like, get in line.
Yeah.
I say take turns, buddy system. You do the first shift, I do the next 4 hours. Because now your Black Friday has started. Because now you got 60. I won't say 90%, but maybe 70% of the people that wouldn't normally be out are out.
Oh yeah, because I bought a washer and dryer for my wife for $400.
400, yeah.
And they're worth like $2,000.
I say they need to improve security in those lines because people start pushing early. Because remember, the first 100 people or the first 200 get the big deal.
Right.
So that first 200 people in line, that's what you got to watch the most because they're gonna fight to get in. Then you got people that's in the back of the line, like let's going to buy 10 TVs and sell them later. So they trying to get in there for some business. So they trying to knock you over to get there. Right. And if you're not in shape, you're on your feet nonstop. And if you're not in shape, you're gonna be an easy target. If you're not alert, let's say you're not going to be alert in the mall, especially these big malls like Northridge Mall or Del Amo Mall, some of the bigger malls, Topanga out here, Burbank, what's this shopping mall in Burbank?
The Empire Center.
The big one.
Empire State.
Yeah, that was places like that. You're a target, so you really got to be sharp.
You know why they call it Black Friday, right?
Well, you're in the black as far as the money line.
Yeah, because everybody's in the red up until that day after Thanksgiving.
You're making so much money.
It was called Black Friday since the 30s, and then it only got out recently, like maybe 10 years ago.
Last decade or so, it's the name. Everybody knows what it means now.
Yeah. So now it's out.
And the thieves know what it means. So you better be ready to protect yourself or you wreck yourself on Black Friday. Not just the day of, but let's say the Black Wednesday, Thursday. They might just start calling it Black Week. You know, because it's on, man. And people, the professional criminals are out there. I've worked those malls several times during those days, and it's a scary sight if you don't have enough extra staff. A lot of you security guards can get work during that time. I suggest you come in a couple of weeks before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll probably touch base more of that as Black Friday comes closer.
Yeah, that's a security standoff, and you know you guys gotta have a lot of common sense out there.
Right.
You know, don't be in line counting your stacks. You know you've been saving for Black Friday all year. All of a sudden you're bold, you're feeling great because you're gonna get this great deal, and you want to show everybody that you're gonna get at least 5 new TVs and CD players or whatever you're out there to get. And there's all people out there watching, waiting.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, you've worked Grave, right?
Too many times.
Okay, I got a question. Every place I've gone where someone's worked Grave, they've heard like voices or like a ghost or something like that where they're at. Have you ever heard anything like that?
You know, I hear stories sometimes in some of these places. I've heard stories. I've seen things that I didn't want to see.
Like graves.
3, 4 in the morning, 2 to 5 in the morning gets real creepy for that sun come up sometimes if you're alone.
I worked Grave, and I heard a little kid laughing, a little girl laughing, and there was nobody there. Like the whole building was empty. I'm there by myself. I swear to God, I heard a little girl laughing in the corner, and there was nobody there. No, I don't.
That's why I like to stay armed, even when it's an unarmed post.
So
that's also could be fatigue. You've been on. You tired. You had no sleep.
That's another thing I was thinking.
You start hearing and seeing things. I've done that. I've seen people floating in the room. Once I worked a 26-hour shift.
Yeah.
Or actually 28. Believe it or not, I did a shift that when no relief showed up to relieve me. 24-hour post, and I just decided Power Man was gonna be Superman. I could do it, and I stood there, and this dumb thing to try to prove. Get some sleep. That's one reason you start hearing and seeing things, but there could be cases where something actually going on. Yeah. Paranormal activity for the security guard.
I did 17 hours, and then I had like maybe a 5-hour turnaround for like another 16 hours.
That's tough. Woo, you trying to get that OT, make that money, but
that was brutal.
When you're hearing things, that's when you know you need to not try to do another shift.
Yeah.
Now, if you're hearing things and seeing things, and then something actually manifests, right. I don't care who you are. You dealing with something spiritual, you might want to get the hell out of Dodge. You know, or call your supervisor or the sergeant and let them know that everything over here.
I just found out
not what it seems.
I just found out today that nobody's allowed to call off. Well, not call off, but no one's allowed any days off in July where I'm at. So they told me,
why is that?
Do not. I don't know. I guess they're having events at where I'm at, so no one's allowed to take a day off in July. I mean, you can get a day off, like your normal day off, but don't even request.
let me share something with you. One time on a post in Montebello, one man post in an apartment complex. Working out there. Ooh, this was 2000. Not even 2000. I think this was 1999, something like that. I got a call to go respond to noise, people arguing in an apartment. So, I go over there, run to the building, and hey, I could hear it before I even get up the stairs.
Right.
And I told a couple that was arguing, I'm sorry, hey, you guys got to tone it down, please. Neighbors are complaining. We don't tone it down, we're going to have to call the police. Please keep it down. Okay. This is around, I want to say, 2100 hours, 9 o'clock. Between 2100 and 2230, something like that, I get another call saying, there's a complaint from the room, the floor, same place I'd been to. I kind of wanted to get the number out of my head because it's a crazy night. But so I said, okay, well, let me see if I can go back up there. I've given them a warning. I'm trying to be a good guy here. Let me go back. Before I can, next thing you know, I'm on my way back. I'm code 7. Okay, I'm on my lunch. and I'm heading back, and I see all these firemen running and paramedics and whatnot running, and go back to the building. I'm like, wow, I get there and it's the same place, but this time there's another officer right there, and he's like, we need you to secure the area. And I go, wow, I just left here. I asked him to keep it down. What happened? You know, and he says, well, apparently they said that you were just here a little while ago, and the guy, when you left 20 minutes later, the guy you talked to hung himself.
Oh, wow.
Him and his old lady, his girlfriend at the time, they weren't married, but they were a couple. We were fighting over not breaking up, and they said he couldn't take it. He wrote a Dear John letter. I walk in, so I'm trying to secure the area. At the same time, I'm in shock because I just talked to this gentleman. And sure enough, there he is hanging, dead, in the closet.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and it just shook me.
Of course.
You know, here's where it gets crazy. And of course, the lady, she's just standing there looking blank-faced. So I go back down. You know, I got to go do my incident report, you know, death on the property. And I had to go back there, you know, the next few nights. And she was still living there. She didn't move out right. You would think after that traumatic of an event, you get to, you know, you got to get out.
I'm out.
She was still there, and I'm coming by the place, and you still hearing a little bit of arguing, and it's like, who the hell is she talking to? Because the guy just, you know, he hung himself. He killed himself.
Right.
So we got the whole area. The tape is still up. Okay. But, you know, I guess after the investigation or whatever, they went in. And so for a few nights, we were still hearing people say that they could hear a guy yelling and arguing or whatever. But you go back and she's in there alone still. And that was just creepy for me.
That is creepy.
You know, especially, you know, this 11
feel?
o'clock, midnight, 12.
How long did it take you to get it to shake?
I stopped working that post a few days later.
Well, you know, you can't.
I just wasn't feeling it.
One, you're not even trained really to know the psychological. I remember.
Well, no, anything could happen.
Yeah, I saw a documentary about a guy who was a cop, and he was responding to a 911 call that this girl was going to try and kill herself. So he went over there. The girl opened the door. She was like 15. She's like, yeah, my parents are at a movie. No, I'm not going to kill myself. That's ridiculous. The cop stayed there, talked to her for like a half hour, and she was really friendly and sweet, and she just seemed like a normal girl. So then about an hour later, he got another call. So he went back there, and he opened the door, and the girl was crying, and she looked at the cop and she said, I'm sorry. And she blew her brains out in front of the cop. That cop tried to kill himself. He was just so... Yeah,
you see, that's disturbing for real.
That is just like... Yeah. And how do you... There's no way. I mean, there's no way to tell. Especially, I mean, like with suicides.
Right.
You just... It's not like...
I've had a couple of those.
Yeah, they're not advertising that they're going to do it. They just fucking do it.
Right. There was one guy at the hospital for a lady who... We literally had to tackle her. She was trying to jump off a 4-story parking structure over at the hospital. I was doing security over there. This is a few years back. I've seen so much.
That reminds me,
we had to literally tackle her from the blind side because she was over. She didn't try to jump. She had jumped, but it was a bush there that kind of had caught her. So we were able to catch her leg, and we just kind of pulled her up. They took her away in a straitjacket. She went straight to the farm.
There's a security guard. This lady was trying to jump off a building, and the security guard actually tried to catch her. And now that guy's like in a wheelchair. He's paraplegic. Wow. And he saved her life too.
See, in situations like that, you really got to assess the situation. Yeah. Is it safe for you?
Yeah, if I saw that, I'd be like, you know what?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Don't do it. You know, I'm not going to catch you. Don't do it.
I'm glad you brought that up because in our notes today, I was talking about the escalation and de-escalation of force. Let's go. I'm going to jump ahead. Instead of saying excessive force and security, I'm going to talk about verbal de-escalation. Meaning, you know, a lot of stuff you can do just with your, they tell you can just kill them with your kindness. Yeah. A lot of people, you can bring them down just by talking.
It takes a certain person that knows he can deflect a situation just by words, you know, just by talking about something. You know, sometimes I'll be like, you know, hey, how's it going? How's the weather? Man, it's killing me, the weather, right? Right. Can you believe that? No rain in like 8 months. Shit, it's like a desert here. Right. You know what I'll do is I just try to change it up for them. You know, just so But sometimes you'll get someone who's like really angry or really mad or something like that. Or there are times when someone gets fired and you have to go follow them to their desk when they get their stuff and escort them to the car, which
those are tough.
I always hated that.
I've done those. So yeah,
I remember.
That's why I go back to the hip hop, man. For years, for you guys that know Power Man MCI, for years I'd go tour and come back and do security, and this went on for 26, 27 years, and I was always back and forth with both.
Right.
Because I used to own a security company. In fact, that's still kind of floating around. But it was mostly clubs. In the hip hop world, you got all these events, so you start learning how to make money both ways.
Right.
So I'll do the event staff for the concert, like a rave. But getting back on point, you hear and see a lot of situations that for some reason the front door you have to deal with that, and some people, most wouldn't do it in public. They usually go somewhere and do it.
Right.
But you're not trained professionally you don't have a degree in psychology. I dated a girl that she needed professional help, and I was trying to help her. It might sound like a joke, but my ex was crazy as they come. And I had a counselor tell me, are you professionally trained to deal with this person? She has serious issues that you're not trained for. You know who's crazy? She's trying to kill herself, and you're the crazy one for thinking you can help her. She needs professional help. And we're not professional security guards. Most security personnel are not professional. You want to immediately get on the phone and call for 911 discreetly sometimes, because if they notice you're doing it, they might even jump, because now the cops are
it's really scary when you deal with
verbally be there, but try to find that little button you push or a way to call in the professional people that can talk to these people, because you can try as a security officer. I encourage you as a security guard to try to talk to somebody if they trying to commit suicide, but reach out to a professional as fast as possible. Because they can blame you when a person jumped because you said the wrong thing. You don't want to have that. All you can do is just say be honest with them and calm. You don't know them. Hey, I really don't want to see you hurt yourself. I'm sure there's somebody out there that cares. They may tell you no one cares. That's why I'm going to kill them. They're highly depressed.
Yeah.
I've dealt with that. You really just want to reach out to the professionals as fast as possible and stay calm.
I'm really happy I've never had to deal with something
I've dealt with it. It's not nice. It leaves you nervous, and then you start thinking they don't pay me enough for this SHI.
The pay is very low.
Because you having issues, Especially I feel bad for an officer that sees someone blow, like you said, he saw this person blow their brains up.
Oh yeah.
You have to live with that because you tried to help him, and then you feel helpless. So now you got this guilt trip. But honestly, it was probably behind him when he got there. She probably had already made her mind up, for whatever her demons were. It took her out. But as a security guard, all you can do is you're the first responder. You can try to help. Again, reach out to the professionals. If you can't handle it, you cannot let it bring you down. Years ago, I had situations like that. Like when I broke up, I didn't know that the guy. I was going to come back 30 minutes later and he's hung. It just shocked me. I didn't know it was that serious because he was like, "Oh, we'll keep it down, officer." They were just as calm and cool, And the next thing you know, you go right back, and here this person is hanging. It messes with your brain. Trust me. I didn't get a lot of sleep for a few days after that.
What other stuff did you see when you worked at the apartments?
Different complexes over the years. And honestly, that just made me work more on my music. I was like, I want to get out of this industry. I'm seeing too much.
Oh yeah, so you put all that pain in your music.
Oh yeah, you see things that this is couples. I've seen other couples that's going at it. You got a lot of cops too, man. This is sad.
Well, that's another thing I want to touch on. What do you think about relationships in the workplace for security? Like guards get involved with other guards.
We had one. Well, it was one of the other guards, but I've seen that too. That's rare. You want to be real mature if that's going to happen. When I say mature, you want to be 30 plus of age. That helps. Usually you don't see that because the young couples that do it, those are the ones that usually go crazy at some point. Right. And, if they got issues, they start fighting in public or calling each other names in public.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been around that. And, in the workplace, there's no place for it. A lot of people won't allow it because they're trying to avoid that. Not saying that people can't get along.
Not that it's wrong, but if it happens, generally they're separated, right?
Right. You try, but it's tough with those if they're having personal issues. If they're a cool couple and they married and everything's great, and so be it. But a lot of times that's not the case with the younger security personnel.
So what do you think is like a good age limit if you're going to get involved with another security guard? How old should you be?
I just say maturity, late 20s, early 30s. I mean, the maturity has to be there after 25 and up.
Yeah.
Anything below that can be really difficult. Over the years, I've seen not too often you see that, but when you do see it, I've seen it with security guards. I also seen it with police officers, and it can be
great way
tricky.
to lose a job, huh?
Oh yeah, because at any minute if you really got beef with this person, you're not getting along, and you're standing here, say you're patting people down, and you're still mad about what happened the other night, and you're just trying to do safety first. You got to be clear-minded when you're doing safety. Right. If you're mad at your significant other or non-significant other, and you're working with them, and you're both armed. Okay. Wow. Yeah, you both got mace, you both got guns. Number one, you don't want that mixture. And then at the same time,
yeah, it's a bad mix. Absolutely,
people see it.
Oh yeah, and then people think there's favorites, especially if one of them's a supervisor.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. It can be ugly. And the reason I say maturity, because a lot of times if you're mature enough, you can handle it. You can walk away. I've seen one couple female officer slap another officer. And it was personal, and we breaking it up, and it's like, now someone has to leave. Yeah. But this is both your place of employment. Right. And like you said, you pick sides now. Somebody wants to sue because so. I don't encourage it. I get nervous when I see it. Yeah. And then I'm hoping, like I said, the older couples, they can do it. But a lot of younger couples, they can't handle it. Especially if it's concert type security. Mm-hmm. And you got, let's say you're a 21-year-old guy out here and you're doing a Snoop Dogg concert or something, Eminem or somebody, or some huge rock band or whatever. I've seen all levels of it. And you got all these girls flashing their breasts to get in for free. Now, this girl's insecure. This is the kind of work environment you're in. Now, as a professional, ma'am, keep your clothes on. You have to be professional to the person that's trying to get the sexual favor, but you also have to make sure the person next to you, if you're dating them, see that you're not out here for that.
Right.
Professional means that whatever your interests are sexually or whatever's going on, straight, gay, whatever you are, you have to make sure it's off the job, and it gets tough. I've seen women fight their significant security guard, fight another one because of the interest of the security at the gate. Because you got so many women giving you their number. You don't even ask for the number. And they're like, because they want a favor. It's not so much they love you. They just met you. They just want to get in.
Right.
Can you save me $100? It's me and 5 other girls. We'll give you the fee is $200 for everybody. Look, all we got is $100. Hey, let me, they'll pretend they like you. And, you got to really have a sharp-minded, hopefully the guard is in a relationship and happy. Because if he's a solo guy, he out here just trying to get numbers.
He's going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
He's going to get in trouble.
You've seen that, right? You got guys, they trying to get a number from any and everybody.
Oh, yeah, I said that guy, and that guy was fired, but that guy, Yeah,
you putting alcohol or booty in front of a guy that's what he thrives on, he not going to do his job. Not for long.
I love alcohol, but I try really hard not to drink.
Yeah, I've seen couples literally fight. Concerts is tough. You don't want that relationship because there's too much pressure. The woman is always looking at the man like, did you look at that? They want to see if you're looking at the boobs. Yeah. Or if it's a pat down, that's another thing legally.
That's what's really hard.
Pat down's legal? Oh, man. Yeah.
No, when I had to do the wand, and some of these girls would come in with the skirts and the shorts and everything hanging out, I try really hard not to touch anything. And
right.
But you have to look because you're wanding. Your job. You have to look.
Oh,
so when you're going around and you're like beep beep, you're doing the whole thing. It's like shit, dude.
My girl showed up one time doing all those.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of real attractive females came through, and of course everybody's looking. If you're a man, you can't sit there and say I don't notice. But you got to also say,
it's
my
your job
to
look. It's my job.
Open your purse, and then you don't want to put your hand in there because these days, in old days, you can kind of dig in there, but now you can't put your hand in the purse because they can say you set me up. So you got to be thinking about the suits.
Yeah.
So it's the wand, and then people like those curves. If there's an extra hump in that curve that shouldn't be there.
You ever get that supervisor that'll give one of these people to come in and they'll put something like some contraband or something in there just so they can catch it?
I hope not.
I had a supervisor that would do that.
I know some cops that did that.
They would do that on purpose just so they can get you in trouble.
Yeah, that's it's yours. And,
yeah.
Look good in front of the supervisor. I got a bus. That's not what's happening. Now that's a person that eventually you'll get caught. If you're a dirty security guard and you're planting evidence and trying to make yourself look good, you will get caught.
He's not doing it. He's just doing it to get you in trouble, just as a test. So he'll put scissors. He put scissors in your purse. See if he notices them.
Immaturity. Oh, really?
Yeah.
As a test, that's their job. To see if you pay attention to metal in the metal detector.
Yeah. Just things like that.
Well, at some point, you got to catch it. I mean, because think about it. We're at war. This is 2016. We're still at war. So
what's the strangest thing you've seen in going through the metal detector, seeing all that? You ever get anything too severe? I think I saw
a couple of weapons though that actually was usually cops.
I saw brass knuckles one time.
No.
Yeah, but outside of that, Nothing really.
Extra needles that the detector caught.
Yeah.
You know, thin metallic items.
I see drugs when they open up, and
yeah,
you can't have that here, and we'll just go and take it.
Yeah. Concerts are tough, man, for that. If you go into a public building, or we don't have that in the malls. We keep having these situations where we have these mass shootings, so eventually the malls may have gun detectors. We don't have. Have you know that? You can just walk right now. Anybody can walk to a mall, right? This is a mall. You can walk into a mall.
Where was the last shooting at a mall?
I don't know, but because we're at war, it's a low-level war because these guys, it's not in your face where we're in boots to boots and arm to arm. It's undercover. They coming in. Prime example, San Bernardino, this was not a mall, but this was a workplace. What was that, in San Bernardino, California? What was that shooting?
It was in San Bernardino. At
Right.
like the
I don't know if that's
Department
close.
of Water and Power or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
right?
Most big work facilities have a guard, but I don't know if they had a guard on duty that day. Whoever, the
Look
guy,
at this.
he
There's a
murdered, what was it,
shooting.
16 people? Later they
Yeah.
got out the car with Uzis and
Him and his wife.
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, now that facility, I don't know if security was on that facility.
No,
But,
no. I mean, you really don't need. I mean, I'm sure there's one guard because
pull
whenever I
that
go
up.
to pay my water and power, there's
Yeah.
always one guard.
Usually the huge
Yeah.
facility where there's, you got any facility where you have a few thousand people, definitely have a guard. And I would even say once you get over 500, you need to have somebody that's monitoring the flow of traffic in and out of those buildings. And what's happening is a lot of the bigger, even if you're small, it's a 10 offices or something like that. You only got a total maybe 30 people working there. That's usually not something to warrant that unless it's some expensive things being held there. But in those facilities, you would think a lot of people asking, what happened to security? I don't know. I think security got shot with everyone else. But, I mean, you got a 9mm handgun versus an Uzi,
Look at this. Hero security guard diffuses hostage situation only to be fatally shot by late arriving cops who thought he was the suspect.
That's sad.
Could you imagine?
It can happen.
Only in Atlanta.
Hey, it can happen. It can happen anywhere. We're living in a time where a lot of people take freedom for granted, and they really don't realize that any minute some idiot, and not even you can't even call him an idiot, some evil person or some deranged person with twisted views thinks violence the answer, and the more people I kill, how many whatever they religious fanatics are, they say certain things and then they just let it go. I remember where I'm from, it was Bloods and Crips, and they would gangbang on each other so hard it was, a lot of them were just ignorant. The word is ignorant. No knowledge of what's really going on, killing each other over colors that they don't own, street blocks that they don't own.
It's so sad.
And so, there was nobody to protect you because this was literally the block.
It's awful if you have to live somewhere where it's not even the color of your skin, it's the color of your clothes that get you killed.
Well, again, ignorance, no knowledge. That's all. No knowledge of what's really going on. That's a whole nother issue.
And they're so young, but if you see them in 10 years.
If they make it to 10 years. I'd say 70% of the people I went to school with, male-wise anyway, they all started getting caught up in gang activity or drugs. It was one or the other. And I remember at a point, it was a thing where the security in the schools, I had some gangsters hop a gate, surround me. You know how they give the kids candy to sell? The race for sports teams? They attacked me for a box of candy.
Are you kidding me?
He surrounded me, rat-packed, and hopped the gate. Okay, I'm trying to fight one, and then you got 4 or 5 others. They got the candy and ran. I mean, that's where they start, little stuff like that. And then sadly, they move on to, purses, cars, and life.
Yeah.
But the security in the schools were not really adequate, even though it was a bad area in South Central. And Watts, a lot of people weren't taking it serious.
What do you think's the worst security you've seen? Where would you guess it would be?
I'm not gonna say airport because airport's tight. It used to be airports.
Yeah.
I used to think that was under
Well,
not
they
secure.
have-
But
they have-
I
I
want to
mean-
say now it's all security is since 9/11 it's stepped up a
security's
lot.
stepped
But
up
it's
a
still a lot of open doors. Anytime somebody can just drive up and hey, what are their intentions?
Yeah.
I would have to say right now some of these malls are still not as secure as they should be. The big ones. Remember that most of these targets, most not all, but most of the targets that we're at war and then people are trying to target the heavy populated malls, arenas. And what a lot of people get mixed up in security with big places, they want to prepare the day of. You should prepare for, if you say you're doing an event security, you should supposed to prepare for an event.
Do you remember? Do you know?
A week ahead of time.
Do you remember?
2 weeks ahead of time.
Do you remember a guard named Richard Jewell? Security guard named Richard Jewell. He did security for the Olympics, and he noticed a backpack that was left unattended. It was actually there was a bomb in there, and he evacuated everybody. He cleared out. He literally saved hundreds of lives.
Which one was this?
Atlanta.
That was in Atlanta.
Yeah. So he saved like close to 1,000 people's lives. He evacuated the area. They all came in. He was a hero for 10 minutes, and then they said he planted that bomb there so he could get the recognition as a hero. All right. So even Janet Reno said he's a person of interest. He lost his job. He lost a lot of friends. He had nothing, and he hired some lawyer that was a friend of his. He wasn't even a criminal lawyer, and they were able to prove that he was innocent. But that guy, for doing his job, his life was destroyed. He died at like 45, 46. It was
stress. Yeah, I see.
He died a cop. He actually became a deputy in some small town. But I mean, just to do that, and the press were just destroying him because he still lived with his mother. He was like 35 or something like that. It was so sad. That poor guy. I mean, here's a guy. He's doing his job. You think he's a hero,
right? And
then just to have his whole entire life up.
Now, was it said that they said he planted that?
They said he planted it.
They have proof of that, or
no? He didn't plant it. The guy they did an investigation and proved that he didn't do it, but by then it was already destroyed. It was already reputation. Out. Yeah.
That may be.
Yeah, look at this. Despite never being charged, he underwent a trial by media.
Right, we're live, people.
Yeah,
Security Code 4. We're live, and Vic Rivera is actually online right now.
Yeah, let's see. Jewell was eventually completely exonerated, and Eric Rudolph was later found to have been the bomber. In 2006, Governor Sonny Perdue publicly thanked Jewell on behalf of the state of Georgia for saving lives.
Man, I would have. You know what? You go take me down like that, and that's national news. Okay, no, I'm sorry, international news.
Yeah, it's all over.
Y'all gonna pay millions.
Yeah.
You just destroyed it, man. He probably, who knows what his illness was.
Although CNN settled with Jewell for an undisclosed monetary amount, I mean? Wow, CNN maintained its coverage was fair and accurate.
Wow. I wonder what the close amount was.
Oh, look, he sued the New York Post for $15 million.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's a sad thing to do. And I'm sure they probably mad that they got to pay it. But look what you did.
Yeah, sometimes you get punished just for doing your job.
Look what you've done.
You're doing the right thing, yeah.
And you got guys, too. A lot of security now, too. They don't even want to risk confrontation. And, again, it depends on where you're working. They don't want to get – your job is to protect people. And at some point, you have to confront people. A lot of people these days, you should hear some of the posts I've visited recently. They're fighting to not have to say a word to anybody because they're so scared they are going to get sued, or this person they're dealing with is going to take them.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to tiptoe through certain things just to make sure you don't get sued.
Yeah, it's a fine line. That's when I'll go to my supervisor. You nervous about what you should do? You're not sure? Talk to your supervisor. It's supposed to have experience. Supervisor is a leader, and they're supposed to be able to guide you. And if that supervisor can't help you, call somebody that can. If you're not sure about what the laws are to protect yourself, because guards don't make a lot of money as it is. And imagine one of them you getting sued for what? Peanuts? You know what I mean? It's like, damn, you really, and then if the press leaks like what CNN did to this guy, and who was the other one? New York.
Which one?
CNN, Richard Jewell, what they did to him. I mean,
that's.
Depending on the case, they can blow stuff out of proportion, and then you got to be careful too. There's a lot of people out there that just want to sue. They sue happy.
Oh yeah, there's people who are extremely litigious. They live for that. Any excuse.
Let me share with y'all something that you will not believe. Now I'm telling my age here, but it was a while back. This was like 88, I think 89. I was a youngster. I'm doing an armed security window. It's like these two-way windows where you can see out, but they can't see you. Okay. You look up, it's just your reflection. But on the
like
outside, you can see.
mirror, right?
Yeah, Boys Market. They call them food for lessons now. Ralph's used to have them too. I used to do a lot of supermarket work back in the day.
Okay.
I saw a couple. Literally, you guys. I'm here snacking on my lunch, just hoping I'll bust somebody. And I couldn't go LP that day. LP, loss prevention. UC undercover. I was uniform. We would go back and forth. So I'm sitting here, I'm watching aisle 5, because on aisle 5, a lot of women still cosmetics, and then right across from there, they had drugs. Right. So a lot of people don't want to pay for drugs, they steal them. So I'm watching that aisle. This is the hot aisle. But just to the left of that aisle is the Wesson oil for cooking. And I see these two couples, they're talking, and I'm like, man, they've been here for a long time for one item. I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. They're still talking. 20 minutes later, the guy opens up the top of the Wesson oil, pours it on the ground. The woman, she's looking left and right trying to see where there's anyone watching them. The coast is clear, I imagine.
Oh, I gotta see.
He takes the top off, pours the Wesson oil, Wesson cooking oil, y'all. Pours the oil on the floor, looks around. I couldn't hear them. I could just see them. I don't know what they were saying. But they're both looking around. Their mouths are moving. They're talking. And I'm just watching this. And I'm just like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. And they proceed to make one big puddle and one small one. The guy slowly lowers himself down on the floor and turns. And he literally puts a skid mark where his foot is like a slide and heel on it, lays down and fakes a slide.
Oh my God. And
then the girl all of a sudden turns around, yells, and I'm just watching them. And I'm like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Yo, this is like, they really finna do this? Are they really about to go and say that they slipped in the? Sure enough, they call the manager. People are gathering, and I go downstairs and I'm like, wow. I'm kind of laughing because So
and there were no cameras. You were just a witness.
Yeah, we had cameras, but those cameras weren't on that floor that day. They was on a still aisle, the aisle with the medicines and whatnot. So I'm running downstairs and I tell the manager, you know what? They let me talk to them. And I go up to him and I say, look, you see that mirror behind? And I pointed to where I was. And I said, you see all those boxes? You're being washed. Now, you can do this the easy way or the hard way. Get the hell out of my store. I saw you pour the bubble. I seen your foot slide. I saw her catch you. I saw the whole thing. I'm watching you. And now you want to say you want to sue the store and call the manager? So, and I was like, you'll be really lucky if you don't get arrested right now. It was a Latino woman and a black guy. And they looked at each other like surprised. And there was somebody outside waiting as well. Didn't know that. So they all go to the door. Oh, I'm sorry. We just need money. We weren't really gonna go. I'm saying you weren't. Why are you calling the manager and saying you're gonna have to talk to the manager to sue? Right. It was just one big old BS situation. Right. The guy, I'm sitting there because it's a chair. You just sit there and watch.
When did this happen?
This is like 88, 89.
Wow. So did you have to do an incident report back then?
Yeah. I had to write it up. The manager let him go, but he was like, at that time. Did you at least
get their names?
Back then, yeah. Well, I got one of them. The guy was mad, telling her to shut the hell up because they knew they were busted. Yeah. He was just trying to get out, and then the car just drove up and they peeled rubber and got out of there. But my thing was, this kind of stuff happens. I seen people through those mirrors. That's a whole nother show. I seen an older woman, maybe in her 60s, take a Cornish hen and put it under her dress and lock in, and walk out the store.
What?
Yes. I didn't even want to retrieve that one, okay? Because we got these two-way mirrors, so you can't see who's watching you. The cameras wasn't so big, and I'm just sitting. This when my world got turned around. It's kind of like when you're little and people tell you there's no Santa Claus, and you open up to the real world. Like in the real world is not nice sometimes, and you see things that make you just like wow. Security, like that's why you got so many officers just messed up in the head.
Yeah, I tell you that story about a security guard. There's these, just like you, but it was loss prevention. And it was at a mall, something like that. And the lady ran out with jewelry. The security guard and the supervisor were chasing her, but like right through the parking lot were the woods, and it was fucking snowing. And she ran out there, and they're chasing him. And the supervisor just started barking like a dog. Just started going woof woof. And then
really,
and he said, wow. He said, either you stop, or I'm gonna release this dog on you. And he's going to catch it, and she stopped. She's like, please don't release the dog. So they caught up to her.
What?
Yeah. They cuffed her and they brought her back. And she's like, where's the dog? Where's the dog?
Wow.
Could you imagine? I just wish I could have heard the bark, man. Damn. That guy must have had a perfect bark.
Yeah, man, that's deep, bro. I haven't seen nothing like that, but I would use that.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever works, bro.
That's a method, you know.
Yeah,
if you got a good bark, guys.
Wow. He got the job done. He gets an A for that.
Yeah,
He got. I gotta give him an A. You get an A grade because that's clever thinking on your feet.
That is so smart.
And remember too, a lot of times with security guards, your jurisdiction is the property you're on.
Right.
You know, you're not a RoboCop. You know, you're not Magnum PI. You're not some guy that have the authority to really come off of that property. They're supposed to be observe and report. If a felony is committed in front of you as a citizen, you can make a citizen's arrest.
Yes.
But
anyone, not even a security guard.
Anybody can make a citizen's arrest.
Anybody can make a citizen's
arrest. You see, old lady. I caught this guy, man. I was a youngster. I was a track star, so I see crackheads in Compton, man. I was in Compton. It was nuts over there. You see guys speak to you. How you doing, officer? All right. It's all good. Yeah. All right. Have a good day. 2 minutes later, they snatching a purse just 4 yards from you, trying to make a beeline. I caught a guy doing that one time. That was a crazy story for me. I caught him about a block down because he had a little head start on me. But I said back then I was so damn quick. He's like, how'd you catch me? Nobody catches me. So apparently he had been doing this and getting away with it for a while, for a minute. You feel me? But the cool thing was, caught him, cuffed him up, brought him back down. And at that time...
Do you guys have a blacklist where it's like a list of pictures of people?
We had we call it the Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame?
Because we would have people stealing everything from cheap stuff, kids, you scare them, send them home, to guys trying to steal $800 worth of meat or alcohol or cigarettes. We would catch all kind of stuff. And it would just be a wall of pictures. And you see some of the most unlikeliest people. What's embarrassing is when you see somebody or their family, their parents, and it's like, it's awkward.
Yeah, because you got to turn in your friend, or
and
then you're
awkward,
the dick
man.
for doing your job once again.
You ever had that situation, Vic?
No, thank God.
Yeah, I had a couple of those. It's tough. This guy's daughter.
You know that guy.
Me and him used to chop it up all the time and talk, and it was like, hey, it was just like, I actually gave that one to a buddy. And when he came in, what's going on, Power Man? And I was like, yeah, man, go deal with Andre, because Andre was the one that actually, I didn't want to even, it was just so awkward for me, Right. It is minor. At the same time, it's just embarrassing. But with kids, you can do the scared straight with them. You guys remember that?
Yeah,
I've had parents come in and say, hey, look, this is his first time or whatever, but I don't think his dad's not in his life. Can you scare him? Let him sit there for an hour. It's terrified, terrifies it. I want him crying. And we would do it. Sometimes we would do it. We'd be like, you can do hard time for this.
One time
What's hard time? I don't know, 3 years, 5 years. It'd be like cookies, cake.
One time my son wrote something outside on the wall here with pencil. Mm-hmm. And I said, did you write this? He's like, no, Dad, I didn't do that. He says, well, that looks like your printing sign. I was like, no, it wasn't me. So then I waited like a half hour, and I was like, oh, you know what? The security guard did camera reviews, and I guess you're in trouble because they got you on camera. It was you. Yeah. He started crying. He's like, the security guard's going to come down and talk to you. And I went to the guard because I made the whole thing up. Right. And my kid was only like 6, 7 years old or something like that.
Oh, no.
The guard felt so bad, but he went there and he had to talk about how you can't do that, and he soaked it in. He was terrified.
He was terrified.
Yeah, he was terrified of that uniform.
Yeah, we wouldn't cuff the kids. Well, sometimes they would, depending on the crime, the amount of money. We would just like dangle them, and the mom. I know guys that never see their parents again, and they kids be bawling and crying. You can tell you're really scared. They'd freak out, and then okay, we gonna let you off this time. You kind of water it down. I used to hate doing that. But it would work. A lot of them, you're not going to arrest them, but you want them to feel the pressure.
Right.
Especially if it's minor. I'm not going to lie. When I did some, extremely dumb stuff. I'm a father. I got a lot of kids. I got 7 kids, 4 boys, 3 girls. And they do things. I did some extremely dumb things. And one of them was the football team. We would all run out like a beer run. And guys would dare each other to run in and grab a bag of cookies. I mean, this is to us a big deal.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because, you 13, you're like, well, I'm quick. And then you got somebody that will actually try it. They would go knock sneakers at Mr. Good Bars. Remember Mr. Good Bars?
Oh, yeah. I remember. I honestly, I got caught shopping.
I don't see those no more, no. But I remember we like, hey, go for it. Now you go for it.
I got caught shoplifting at Target when I was 13. They took me in a little room, and the cops came and arrested me. I did the whole not juvenile hall, but I did the court system where I went through the system, and I had to do community service. I was 13 years old. That was enough for me to be like scared straight. I never wanted to commit another crime. But I tried to steal a Nintendo cartridge.
Right. What'd you take?
Shit, I don't even
Candy
remember.
Cookies?
No, it was a Nintendo cartridge. It was like
Nintendo cartridge.
I don't even remember the fucking game, but I remember that they caught me outside and they grabbed me and they said, no, you can. I was like, okay, you got me. Here it is. And they brought me inside, took me in a little room, and I waited there for 2 hours for the cops to come, and they handcuffed me. And I'll never forget. That was like the biggest deterrent for me to ever commit another crime. One,
wow, that's good.
It was really stupid, and two, I mean, it's a life lesson.
Yeah,
nothing.
One of my sons did something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he this is high school level, but and not to first I want to point out we're Security Code 4 live right now talking to you with Vic Rivera. I'm Power Man MC, and I want to point out that when dealing with minors, you want to be very careful because the lawsuits can go up the wazoo. With the parents' permission, you want them to sign and say,
I'm going to tell you.
Scare them straight. Let the parent. You want me to scare them straight? Okay.
I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, and these guys weren't even guards, but they were apartment managers. They ran an apartment complex, and someone was breaking into an apartment. So it's a husband and wife team. So the guy goes out there and sees them bringing in. So they're chasing him out. Both the husband and wife, they're chasing him out. He catches. It's two teenage kids. A guy and a girl. So he catches up to the girl, and he catches the girl like in the weight room inside the apartment. He has her cornered. She starts tearing off her clothes. She's like 16, 17 years old.
Right.
And she tells the guy, if you don't let me go, I'm going to say you raped me.
Oh, I had a case like that.
Yeah, she's tearing off her clothes and everything. Yeah. He starts trembling. His wife comes behind her and just clocks her and says, "Go get the other guy."
Oh wow!
But he was. Right. I mean, could you imagine dealing?
Yeah, because now you're thinking, "Oh my God, woman over man." Most cases,
they're gonna believe the girl, right?
Most cases, and a lot of girls are. I was raised. I was taught. Mom used to always say, "Was it sugar and spice? Girls are sugar, spice, everything nice."
Right.
And the old school terms, boys tell. I was taught all women are sweet, and then as I got older. And I start witnessing women do foul things, and I dated a couple of women that were completely out of their mind. And that's another story. But as I got older, I realized it's not true. There are a lot of women that are sneaky, diabolical, and will steal, thief, and you cannot. Oh, look at that sweet lady. That sweet lady may have just jacked $500 worth of merchandise on your watch, and now people are looking at you in a department store like you're a damn fool. You can't get caught up in their booty or their beauty. I'll say that again, security guards. You cannot get caught up in their booty or their beauty. And the reason I say booty, because most of the time that's what men look at first. Am I right, Aaron? Vic?
Oh yeah.
Let's be honest. Most men, I'm not gonna knock on gay people. I know it's a lot out there. I'm not a hater, but I don't go that way. I don't believe in that. But I will say this: most men, when they look at a woman, if you get her from the front, you catch the smile if it's pretty, pleasant. But automatically, most men's eyes continue from there to drop down. Even if you don't want to, you're gonna kind of drop down to the chest, and if she's back to you, of course, you're looking from the back down straight at the butt. And it's guys I've worked with, Vic, that I was as a supervisor remind them. I know she's hot, yeah, she looks great, but does she have anything out of the ordinary about her? Yes, scan her, look at her, but don't start just staring at her like some kind of pervert. What is her bag? Did you check her? The buzzer, we have these sensors with her on, beep, beep, and I had a lot of guys that would get caught up, the younger ones.
Right.
They would get caught up. I did it too. So talking from experience, I was 17, 18 when I was recruited for special assignments and all that security. Shit. So I learned a lot. And so I had a couple of extremely fine girls walk out of the store with merchandise in their purse and under their blouses, and you got to be careful how you approach them. Like the guy you said, the woman screamed out, "I'm a." Some of these women know the laws, and they will trick and deceive you. And if they can get away with it, nobody wants to be sued. Like I said, most security people are broke.
Well, stores aren't even. I know what's that store called? Ross.
Yeah.
They hire. They don't even hire security anymore. They just have regular guys, and they have them put on a shirt that says loss prevention.
Yeah.
But they're not even security, not trained in security.
Right.
But their job is just to stand there and look menacing And that's their security.
To watch the door.
Yeah, because they don't want to hire a security company to watch their shit.
Right.
So they rather just grab a guy who's like normally working the register. Here, put this shirt on, it says loss prevention, and just stand right there. As long as it doesn't say security.
Right, yeah. This lawsuits, they may not want to cover the insurance.
Yeah.
That's another show. I'm going to talk about security insurance. We'll talk about another show.
Yeah, we're actually, we're getting past 45.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's end it there. Once again, it's Victor Rivera here at Security Code 4. With me, as always, is Powerman MC. If you have any questions for us, please email us at, let's see, you can reach me at vrivera@securitycode4.com and Powerman's at, what is it? PowermanMC at securitycode4.com.
Correct.
All right. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again.
Girl, do you want to shake something? Yeah. You want a man that can make something? Yeah. Don't be scared, shorty, break something. Yeah. All my dogs to chase cats say, hell yeah.
In the club, getting love from a shorty. Get it drunk, let it bounce, get naughty. You know just how I like it. You just get me so excited.
We walked to the club about 5 to 10. Now we're up to security and dad some friends. Took a seat by the bar, count the dividends. Big smile on my grill cause they
Code 4 Management, its sponsors, and its goat farm would like to sincerely apologize for whatever the hell just happened. To security guards, uncensored, raw, and personal. Find Security Code 4 with Victor Rivera and Powerman MC at securitycode4.com.